Let this not be a story of how far we fell, but of how far we climbed back up. We can do this. For in this year of profound loss, we've seen profound courage from all of you on the front lines. I know the stress, the trauma, the grief you carry, but you give us hope. You keep us going. You remind us that we do take care of our own, that we leave nobody behind, and that while we've been humbled, we have never given up.
Hello and welcome to What the F*** Just Happened Today, your essential guide to the daily shock and awe in national politics. I'm Joe Amditis. Let's get to it. It's Tuesday, February 23rd, 2021. Welcome to Day 35. Officials in charge of Capitol security on January 6th blamed intelligence failures by the federal government for the coordinated military-style attack on Congress that threatened the peaceful transition of power. Testifying before a joint bipartisan committee of senators, former Capitol Police Chief Stephen Sund said he never saw a January 5th FBI report warning that extremists were preparing to travel to Washington to commit violence and wage war on January 6th. Sund said a clear lack of accurate and complete intelligence across several federal agencies contributed to this event, and not poor planning by the United States Capitol Police. But none of the intelligence we received predicted what actually occurred. Former House Sergeant-at-Arms Paul Irving said that while they were informed that Congress would be a target and some protesters could be armed, the intelligence was not that there would be a coordinated assault on the Capitol, nor was that contemplated in any of the interagency discussions that I attended in the days before the attack. Acting D.C. Police Chief Robert Conti added that he and Sund called the National Guard for help after the mob stormed the building, but a top Pentagon official said that he would recommend against deploying the National Guard for fear of the optics of armed troops in front of the Capitol. Moving on, the House is expected to approve Biden's $1.9 trillion coronavirus relief proposal this week after the House Budget Committee advanced the bill on Monday. The House is likely to pass the bill in a party-line vote, which includes $1,400 in direct payments to Americans, money for vaccine distribution, and funding to state and local governments. It is still unclear, however, whether raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour by 2025 will be included in the final Senate version of the legislation. Republicans have proposed raising the federal minimum wage to $10 an hour, but only if businesses are required to use the E-Verify system designed to prevent employers from hiring undocumented workers. Meanwhile, the Biden administration is preparing sanctions against Russia for poisoning and jailing Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny, as well as the SolarWinds hack against government agencies and private companies. The administration is calling the SolarWinds operation indiscriminate and disruptive, which was not equivalent to the kind of espionage that the U.S. conducts. The U.S. is expected to coordinate sanctions with European allies in the coming weeks. And finally, Democrats accused Senator Joe Manchin, a conservative Democrat, and Republicans of having a double standard when it comes to confirming the women and people of color that Biden has nominated. Manchin said he was opposed to Neera Tanden's confirmation, who would become the first Asian American woman to lead the Office of Management and Budget, because of her past tweets attacking lawmakers on both sides of the aisle. Democrats, however, argued that after Trump, there is no justification for having someone's tweets disqualify them. Manchin has also indicated that he was having doubts about Deb Haaland, who would become the first Native woman to run the Interior, while Republicans have accused her of being a radical because of her support for progressive environmental policies and her opposition to new oil and gas drilling leases on federal land. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, meanwhile, pointed out that Manchin had voted to confirm Jeff Sessions, Trump's first attorney general, despite accusations of racism throughout his career. Representative Grace Meng added that in the past, Trump nominees that they've confirmed and supported had much more serious issues and conflicts than just something that was written on Twitter. Manchin responded, saying, "I'm all about bipartisanship, I really am. This is not personal at all." Republicans have also pushed back on Xavier Becerra, Biden's choice to run the Health and Human Services Department, citing his views on expanding healthcare and abortion access to undocumented immigrants. That's all for now. You can find the links and sources for all of these stories on the main website. And as always, visit whatthefjusthappenedtoday.com for the latest news and headlines. Until next time, I'm Joe Amditas.